Now, 1 year after President Marcos's 2024 State of the Nation address, the economy shows mixed results on his key promises. Inflation is down, but economic growth remains below target. So what's really been achieved? Jin Kim has the details.
1 year since President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s 2024 State of the Nation address, the Philippine economy presents a mixed scorecard on his key promises. A top priority then was taming inflation, and on that front, progress is undeniable. Headline inflation has steadily declined since July 2024, reaching its lowest level in years.
Ano na talaga going down, so the SONA happened July 2024. The general direction since July 2024 is that inflation rate at the headline inflation is actually going down.
And for Filipinos, no item is more crucial than rice, which saw one of its biggest drops in years.
This is the biggest drop in terms of year-on-year inflation rate for rice.
The private sector has taken notice. The British Chamber of Commerce gave high marks for the administration's performance.
I would give it an 8, ocho. I think it is done very well, particularly with inflation. And we've seen inflation now, I think the last report was 1.4%. That actually is a significant achievement. It's a good performance, particularly on inflation and giving scope for further rate cuts by the Banco Central.
While inflation is under control, economic growth has been more restrained. GDP remains below the government's 6% target, indicating a recovery, but a tempered one. Since last year's SONA, GDP expanded 5.2% in the third quarter, ticked up to 5.3% in the fourth quarter, and 5.4% in Q1 of this year, roughly on track but still below the government's 6% target. International institutions have tempered expectations. The World Bank forecasts GDP to hover around 5.3% in 2025, rising to 5.5% by 2027.
The Philippines has recorded robust but decelerating growth.
With prices falling but growth still subdued, the Philippine economy finds itself subdued. President Marcos devoted a large portion of his 2024 SONA to infrastructure promises under the Build Better More agenda.
The CLEX-NLEX-SLEX connector and the Plaridel bypass will be fully completed by the end of this year. CALAX and the C5 South Link will be fully operational by next year. Dahil sa mga mahalagang daan na ito, ang norte, gitnang Luzon, Maynila at katimugan Luzon ay lalo pa ngayon magiging mas konektado sa isa't isa.
Foremost was the completion of major Luzon expressways under the Luzon Spine Network. So, have these timelines been met? The NLEX-SLEX connector is still incomplete. Its 1.2-kilometer missing link in Pandacan was delayed due to right-of-way issues and informal settler relocation. Proponents now expect it to be ready in 18 to 24 months, provided land acquisition is resolved. Meanwhile, the Central Luzon Link Expressway's Phase 1 is complete, connecting Tarlac to Nueva Ecija. But the Plaridel bypass, while nearing completion, remains unfinished. Meanwhile, work on the last sections of CALAX and the C5 South Link is on track for completion in 2025. Infrastructure improvements aren't confined to Luzon. The 3.2-kilometer Panguil Bay Bridge, the longest in northern Mindanao, was inaugurated 2 months after the SONA. It now connects Lanao del Norte and Misamis Occidental in just 7 minutes, down from a 2-hour drive. Over in Zamboanga, the Guicam Bridge connecting Olutanga Island to the mainland is still under construction, but now over 87% complete. In the transport sector, the president also heralded what he called a railway renaissance.
We are also in the midst of a railway renaissance. Other railway projects such as the MRT-7 and the North-South Commuter Railway are likewise progressing. We will make sure that the right-of-way issues are resolved in the most equitable, efficient, and expeditious manner so that these will not get in the way of our infrastructure development.
What is the progress? According to the Transportation Department, as of mid-2025, the 147-kilometer north-south commuter railway linking Clark to Calamba is about 30% complete, while the 22-kilometer MRT-7 from Quezon City to Bulacan is over 80% finished. If these timelines hold, MRT-7 could begin operations in 2025, and NSCR segments may partially open by 2026. Another big promise from last year, the LRT-1 Cavite extension. The long-awaited LRT-1 Cavite extension is now a reality. Marcos said the line would extend from Baclaran to Sucat by end 2024, and that milestone was met. In November, 5 new stations opened. Stay with us for part 2 of this special SONA report as we review the President's promises on energy, digitalization, employment, and foreign investments. Jin Kim, Billionaire News Channel.